Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Gashi's Comment TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. I've always insisted that since Gen Z overran parliament and defeated the forces, because they were the police forces, whatever angle you look at it, they are not police service. We may call them the police service, but they are forces, the way they mishandled the demonstration. Since Gen Z took over, this country will never be the same again. I repeat, this country will never be the same again. I want you to listen to Bonnie Kaware talking after the demonstrations. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, because I wanted to form the basis of our discussion, because I found it very, very interesting.
Or change your life. Mr. Speaker, I equally offended somebody whose name I never mentioned in Kakamega over the weekend about this issue of opulence. I just wondered, how would an MP be able to donate 20 million shillings at a Hayambe? He was very offended. In another function, I saw a minister of this government carrying a white bag on the back like this and started announcing how many millions are in that bag. Said, Moja, Bili. No. Mr. Speaker, if we don't refuse these things, people like Murkomen will think that they are giving us their money. It's not their money. Those are proceeds of corruption. This house is saying no. Because of that anger, look at what our children did. Mr. Speaker, people are angry and hate us as leadership because every weekend, helicopters, they crisscross the skies, all of them going to functions where these millions are being dished. Mr. Speaker, the fuel guzzlers that we drive, I know if you go to this parking, Mr. Speaker, you can see the difference between the vehicle four-wheel drive driven by your senators compared to those ones driven by members of the National Assembly. In the parking of the Senate, you see Prados. But in the parking of the National Assembly, you see high-end vehicles that sometimes you only see. And why, Mr. Speaker?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Bonnie Kaware castigating parliament. And that is why I'm telling you, even the quality of debate is going to change. What are these changes I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen? So if you're here for the first time, take this 1 second, click the subscription button, and for YouTube to notify you anytime we upload a video, click the bell. Click the notification bell. So what are these changes that I'm talking about? Number one is about what you have just heard. The quality of debate in parliament is going to change for the better. And we are likely to see members of the National Assembly and the senators coming out and to align themselves with the people. Initially, they would align themselves with their stomachs. The second area that we are likely to see, that display of opulence, that display of high-end vehicles, magari ambayo yanaweza kuwafariji maskini kwa miaka na mikaka, hamtayaona kwa muda mrefu. You start seeing some of these leaders, even going to parliament, using motorcycles or bicycles. You know, in Norway, I see the Prime Minister. I saw, in fact, the other day I saw the former Prime Minister leaving office after serving, I think, for 7 years, riding a bicycle. Imagine. Retiring, riding a bicycle. He went home riding a bicycle. You can imagine William Samoei Ruto driving from State House, ati riding a bicycle, ametoka amemaliza hatamu yake. And you are likely to see these kind of things happening. The other thing that we are likely to see is that politicians will start measuring their words. When they are talking, they know that they are talking to intelligent Kenyans. When they are talking, they know that Kenyans are listening to whatever they are saying, and they'll be held to account. If you look at the way they have been talking in the past, in fact, they would even abuse Kenyans without caring. They would lie to Kenyans without caring. They would say anything. They would tell us that they are going to urinate in public without caring. Their language was uncouth. They did not even measure their words. They did not even observe the etiquette that goes with their office. They were dishonorable members of parliament. They are going to change. And if they are not going to change, change is going to force them to change. The other thing that we are likely to see, we are not likely to see them increasing salaries like they did just the other day. You know, one thing is that members of parliament, according to the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, Moses Kuria was supposed to gazette the increment of salaries for cabinet secretaries, members of parliament, all state officers, including principal secretaries. But today, because of the public anger, because of the disapproval of Kenyans, Moses Kuria refused to gazette the increment by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. So, and that is why, if you look at X handle, you realize that Moses Kuria is number 2 when it comes to trading because of that idea of refusing. He did not refuse because that he doesn't deserve them, because he's part of the team, but he's just playing to public gallery. Anacheza tu na akili za watu. But moving forward, don't expect these guys to be increasing salaries in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, because that is what they have been doing. Something else that is going to change, William Samoei Ruto will reduce his trips, whether locally or internationally. You're not going to see a William Samoei Ruto who have always been on top of Land Rover's campaigning. You know, William Samoei Ruto started campaigning the moment he was declared the president-elect. The next hour, he was campaigning. And he has been campaigning throughout. William Samoei Ruto has been transversing the country on top of Land Rovers, trying to accuse the opposition. William Samoei Ruto has not been working in office. William Samoei Ruto has been globe-trotting. So expect very few trips when it comes to William Samoei Ruto's office. Something else that we will start seeing going forward, the promises will be very few. Very few. Expect the government to work, if at all they are going to work, if at all they are going to survive all the way to 2027, because you see, their survival depends on the way they are going to, if they are going, they're not going to deliver. If they're not going to deliver, then they have no business other than being in office. So expect Parliament also to assert its authority. Parliament is supposed to be a legislative arm of the government. Parliament is supposed to be an oversight. It's supposed to amend rules, supposed to make rules. But now, what we have at the moment is a parliament that look like it's an annex of State House, that look like it's a branch of William Samoei Ruto's office. And that is why, when you look at the members of parliament, they are nowhere to be seen. They have gone underground. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at our country today, even the judiciary is going to be assertive. Even the judiciary is going to be listening, because the judiciary had been taking Kenyans like fools. The judiciary, the Mother Koome judiciary, if you look at the presidential ruling, when they made that ruling, They treated the opposition like thugs. They treated the opposition like they were not supposed even to seek redress in parliament, which is wrong in my view. Remember the wild goose idea. Remember that language that was used by the Supreme Court judges. So don't expect that kind of language, because from all angles, it is a language that doesn't augur well with any judiciary, with any bench. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at our country today, William Samuel Ruto will be forced to deliver. So far, he has not been able to deliver anything. If you look at William Samuel Ruto, the government cannot be able to show anything that it has delivered. No one project will be seen. You know, we have also been witnessing a lot of corruption in this government. Remember the edible oil scandal was there, nothing was done. Remember Mithikarin tourist fertilizer, fake fertilizer. The man is still in office. Kenyans, wanaenda kula mate tu, wanaenda tu kulalamika. William Samoei Ruto has not been acting, yet the buck stops with him. He has the power to fire and hire any member of his cabinet. So when William Samoei Ruto fails to take action, the blame will be on him. So expect him to start acting, because you see, ameshafunzwa na vile ambavyo vijana wanafanya. And something else that you are going to see is that William Samoei Ruto's communication team will be activated. Expect a lot of firing. Expect him even to reshuffle his cabinet. Expect him to bring even some youthful leaders in his government. Expect so many things. And even this idea of taxation, I don't think he's going to increase taxes anyhow, the way he would wake up every day and cause more pain to Kenyans. That is something that we're expecting. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we are seeing is that this government must change, whatever the case. And expect so many things to change from all angles. It is not business as usual. Because William Samoei Ruto is going to try as much as possible to see if he can change the minds of Kenyans. You know, perception in politics is very, very important. The way you are perceived is the way you are according to the public. And the perception now is that William Samoei Ruto is a one-term president. If he's going to change that perception, only time will tell. I don't know what you think, but from where I sit, things can never be the same again. From where I sit, Parliament, Judiciary, the executive, and even other arms of the government are going to change. Even the police may need to change, because the way they have been treating Kenyans, I think that is one arm of the government. That is one branch of the government that has failed in its duty. Hii mambo ya kuokota pesa barabarani with registers ni kucheza na watu. And the policemen should stop from taking bribes completely. And William Samoei Ruto need to bring a law, maybe tell his cabinet, his members of the UDA or whoever, bring a law where these policemen should have body cameras anytime they are working. Like now, the way they were arresting people and shooting them with live bullets. If they had body cameras, you would be able to see who are these thugs, because those are not policemen. They are thugs who are shooting innocent Kenyans. Guys, please, I request one thing. Like this video. Leave a comment. Share. Subscribe if you want to subscribe to this channel. Till next time, adios.